I've never craved attention. I've never been one of these chaps, you know. I've never yearned for the limelight or dreamed of stardom of any kind. It's not really my style, you know. I'd rather just sort of get on with things. But a curious aspect of, as I say, this lifestyle, if you like, that I've chosen is that in the local community I'm sort of become a figure that is known, you know. Now inevitably the chat walks about with the frequency that I tend to do so. I mean people sort of get used to seeing you around, you know, sort of perceived as that chap who walks, and I'm happy with that. It's, you know, a modest epitaph perhaps, but it's, if nothing else, it's broadly accurate. Another thing which wasn't really my intention is that increasingly as I do the rounds, you know, I mean, I'll come upon characters that I can't help but make me laugh. Of course, you know, from the scruffy Herbert who asking me every day for a bit of money with a daft story about a train fare, to these fat mums feeding their little babies pork pies and bottles of fizz pop. Increasingly I find as I do make the rounds, I feel what a funny bunch, you know. How is it that I've sort of wound up this peculiar neighbourhood with this alarming array of oddities? Well, I mean no ill will, as I say, they might be laugh, but it's a curious thing. I'll tell you this and all, it's not all a bed of roses, it's not all a day out at the fun fair, listeners. Frequently upon my travels I find myself very frustrated with the sorts of things that I'm confronted with, and most of all, or sort of, to summarise what gets me about a lot of these sort of situations that I find myself in, is it boils down to people that don't understand. But I don't get it. Well, I don't profess to be a perfect human being. I mean, there's no such thing. And one of my faults, if you like, is that I do get very, very angry at panics, you know, because they don't understand. A lot of the time, they don't get me, they don't understand my ways, and there's distrust there and disapproval, and I found that I'm not keen on being disapproved of. I received very little praise as a child, and truth be told, received very little praise to this day. I found a niche for myself without harming anybody else. I've failed to see why I, of all people, should wind up being the victim of dislike or condescension. I'm very, very angered by condescension, and I see it everywhere. I see it in the streets. People walk past me, and I don't know. I haven't got the latest trainers on, or I'm not wearing the latest suit. Well, you know, I haven't bought the latest compact discs. I don't know what it is, or what I don't know what it is, or what they think it is, or what they imagine that they perceive in me. But disapproval, condescension, sometimes outright dislike, make me very angry. And when I'm angry, I'll shout, I'll raise my voice, and I'll say, "Oi, you, leave it out," something like that. Now, you know, the only too familiar, funny look succeeds these sort of interventions on my part, and instantly compelled to regret the outburst. But even, you know, even as I concede, I might not have dealt with it in the best way. You know, I'm human, aren't I? If you cut me, do I not bleed? You know, well, and again, it's a lack of understanding, because what they don't seem to grasp is that if I'm shouting, it's because I'm angry, and if I'm angry, it's because I'm upset, and if I'm upset, it's because they've been unkind, ungenerous, unchristian, and it's got to stop. I'm currently hatching plans to come up with a way to make it stop, make them all listen, you know, take a second look and realise the error of their ways and curb it. For these plans to bear fruit, however, I cannot continue to be alone. No man is an island, the great Paul Simon once sang, and he rather hit the nail on the head. And while I'm not by nature the most gregarious of citizens, I've sometimes struggled to reach out to people and to reach an understanding, not least because of the problems that I've just outlined. You know, my plans for acceptance in the broader community rest on my successes, building relationships with the one or the two or the three in my world who I suspect may understand me. And when people see me marching up the avenues with, I don't know, a bent television aerial and a DVD player, which even I know is very unlikely to be functional, and they smirk and they evade eye contact. Little do they realise that it's not about the television aerials, the do-whats and the do-hickeys, this, that and the others, the doobery-whats that I've scavenged along the way. They are not an end in themselves. They are the process by which I'm reaching out and I'm making friends. And I am making friends. I can confidently report. This being the case, today I've arranged a meeting with the estimable Dave Stiletto. Here he is now, look at him. do choose some peculiar customers as company, it must be said. Look at him, one sock over the trouser, one other tucked under. Trainers so old they're almost back in fashion. A t-shirt which has seen more bodies than a pornographer. And a hairstyle that seems to defy both gravity and any overture to common sense.